It's happening in Soledad, March 7th, 1982. The opening of Soledad BMX track. Not only is this the first BMX track in Soledad, but from my understanding, this is the first BMX track run mainly by Hispanic families. Going back, no, not that far back, a few years when Soledad was known for its ag and wine industry, is when Marty heard about the bikers. They were a group of local kids that would ride around town on BMX bikes, jumping over anything they could. Marty wanted to be part of this group, but wasn't sure he had what it took on an old Weston Auto Special. Marty and one of his best friends, Raul Lopez, befriended the bikers by hanging out. They eventually joined the club. At this time, they were not the pride of the community. Even though they were not troublemakers, they would constantly get harassed by the local PD. One Halloween Eve, they were chased by the Soledad Police Department, the Sheriff's Department, and Gonzales High football team. In hindsight, they deserved being chased by the high school football team, considering they egged the team earlier that day. Who would have known that just a few years later, when they opened their own track, they'd be celebrities in this little town? They were surprised that some of the same officers that harassed them earlier showed up to the grand opening, as well as the mayor of Soledad. Their small track was a success. They had many of the locals bring their kids of all ages out to race. They became quite popular in this little town called Soledad. They were getting invitations to grand openings for new buildings and parking lots to perform bike tricks for the crowds. One year they were invited to Soledad Main Street School to promote BMX racing. They started racing every weekend throughout Central California, traveling from Coalinga to San Francisco. They started winning races. The more they took ribbons, trophies, and awards, the more the newspapers wrote about the bikers. The local TV news did a segment on them highlighting the BMX track. They were impressed that a group of Latino kids were doing something positive instead of getting into trouble. Being Hispanic in a mainly Caucasian sport, they did experience some prejudice at times. They felt a little like outcasts, but it was subtle, and it wasn't always negative. The bikers were many times an encouragement to the few other Latino racers. Marty recalls an incident at one of the tracks where there was a boy that said, "Look, Mom and Dad, we're not the only Mexicans here." As the group got older, they raced less and less. However, their friendship never diminished. Once a year, they still get together for a barbecue or the Sea Otter Classic bike event at Laguna Seca. They always enjoy reminiscing, just hanging out and talking about the good old days. Maybe someday, someone, somewhere will take their story to the big screen to keep the legacy alive.
For those of you who don't know, these are from 1991, 81 to 2007 bikers. We got Ernie Salinas, Marty Rodriguez, Rudy Conchola. We got Dave, aka Panda. We got Hondo right here. There he is. We haven't got Louie yet. You got me, known as John, the mongoose. Yeah, and here comes the star of the crowd right here, Louis Ramirez. He never had a nickname. The host or the mostest. Yeah, for rolling.
That's a video camera too, John?
That's what it is.
I'm looking for a camera. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you know, a decent camera.
That's going to work right there. That's going to work pretty good. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Run, Dave, red eye. Hawkeye.
Here it goes.
Bikers.
There we go.
David already going to show it at work. Why don't you get that prison photo? How did you see it?
Yeah, now we got him. Now we got him.
They have an undercover light.
Yeah, you push that and then you push that. And then it's going to blink like Dave did.
Run like crazy.
Usually like 10 seconds. And then you can zoom it in. You know how to zoom it?
Yeah.
Too late now, what?
Ernie was always technical.
No, I wasn't.
You just got
John's
judged.
got good handwriting.
Yeah.
And I'd be mad, he's like,
Hey, Aaron, you can sign my name?
yeah.
Put the date for me. 4, 5.
That's a lot longer, dude.
There it is. Boom. Yeah, Ernie signed everybody's name. Sign my name, Ernie.
Yeah, I remember that. And I remember you always used to get your work done somehow. I'm like, pay for out as much as I do. But then, you know, I'd come and I didn't have my homework done.